Hello everyone, this is Denise with Designs by Dana Denise, and I put out a quick video and a picture or so saying that I was going to drop a video this Saturday on our craft page, and I'll be putting it on YouTube. And it was building a wreath using this flocked 24-inch from Walmart and this cute little Santa sign. Well, actually, he's a treetopper. And so I'm using him in my design today. He lights up. I'll show you how he lights up. I put batteries in him. And thought he was awfully cute. And then I have some ribbon picked out to use and some greenery and some berries. And so we're going to make him, we could have went whimsical. Is that how you say that? And done, you know, all kinds of things. But I kind of am in the mood more for something a little bit more, what would be the word? I don't know. It's festive, but it's not, I can't think. I went blank. Anyway, y'all know what I mean. It's a little bit more elegant, I guess, would be the word, but not, Santa's not elegant. But anyway, y'all kind of know what I mean. So anyway, so I started off by I spread out my limbs and got them all kind of going naturally, evenly distributed throughout here. And then I prepped my sign, or you wouldn't call him a sign, my attachment. I'm having trouble talking today. And the only way that I knew to do this, there might have been a better way, but the only way that I knew, because he's kind of a hard plastic, and so I stapled my pipe cleaner to him here, and I stapled one here at the bottom. And then I took some Gorilla Glue and reinforced, I should say, the staples with the glue. So, and that has dried already. So he is now ready to go on the wreath. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, instead of, I mean, you could put him on here and you've got most of your greenery and everything, but I thought I'm going to add to this greenery, make it a little bit more textures, I guess would be the word. So I picked out some greenery, two different kinds of greenery to add in here, and I think you'll see what I mean when I get through. And I'm going to do a dry run first, and and this greenery I got at Amazon. It's pine stuff, and if you ever need the links to any of the stuff that I use, just comment below and I will put the links there as to what I purchased to make this wreath. And this is going to be kind of a simple, it's not going to be a big wow, but I think it's going to be beautiful. So the first thing I'm going to do is I always try to do like a dry run at first, and I just kind of spread out. And when you're working on a wreath, you kind of work down this side and then down this side. So you're kind of going up and then you'll come out and down. I don't know if that makes sense or not. But so like this one here, I will put him in here, around in that area. And I'll probably put this one probably right in there. And then I'll put one here. And there's not really a, you just kind of eyeball it and see what you think. And I'm going to cut all of these. They're too long, so I'm going to cut their stems off part way. But I thought on the dry run I would just look here. And you know, you don't want them like to be even coming down like that. You want them back and forth type thing. That's how I always try to do it. I don't know, can you see down there? I guess you might can. Okay, so then I'll do this one. Put him in here. And the other thing that you want to avoid is doing them even with each other. You want to, you know, if you put one here, you don't want to put one here and make it even. You want to kind of do it sporadic. And these are bendable. That's what's nice about these, is these bend too. Okay, and so then I'll put one maybe right here. Let me cut this off while I'm playing. And do this one. And let's see, where else do I want one? I might move him about right in here. Slap this one right in there. Okay, see how that's kind of already given it a little bit of more of a texture, and it's not just all white you know, it's just all white flocked. So I will start putting these in here. I have a glue pot back here that I use. So I'm going to situate him there. And what I'm doing is just making sure that the glue is hitting one of the other branches so that it will be glued there. I got glue, stringy glue everywhere. Okay, put him right in there. Goodness. Actually, I don't really like that. I'm going to put that up here. I'm going to put some more on there. Okay, and then this one. kind of bend these to make them where they don't look so stiff. They're naturally. Ooh. Okay, so now I have all of those in there. And now I am going to add another type, and it's flocked, but it's another type of a texture. So I am going to add it to give it some more dimension. So let's see. I'm going to kind of do a dry run here. There's nothing wrong with dry runs. And I don't know if you can tell on the camera how much dimension that gives, but it's really pretty. This is why I like to do a dry run, because that way, let's do the rest first. Oh, this is a big one. Let's see. Okay, I've kind of got a little bit of a hole right here. With these, I've got the one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. But I'm going to be doing my bow right here, so I think we'll probably get covered up anyway right there. So I'm not going to worry that I need another one, because I don't know if I have another one. So we're just going to go with that. So let me start putting these in. I should be playing y'all some Christmas music. I started listening to it today. I'm doing all these Christmas wreaths. Well, I do have, I'm going to put one more of these. I just feel like I need something right there. Oh, I haven't done this one. That's one thing I have to try to do sometimes is I have to check and to pull around and pull on all the things so that I make sure I didn't miss one getting it glued in, because I would hate for it to get to someone and a piece fall out or something. That would be kind of embarrassing. So anyway, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I'm hoping you can see that really good. Let me see if I can turn this around just a little bit more. So anyway, I just think that's beautiful. You could actually use this wreath for a Christmas wreath, and you could use it for a winter wreath. So my example is you hook this on and you've got your pretty bow, Christmas bow here, and then come after Christmas, you take your Santa off and add a bow, and I'm going to start making bows for sale. You could get a bow that's wintry looking and put it in the place of the Christmas bow, and then you would have a wreath that would work for both seasons. And so you could use it up to February or March whenever spring comes. So just a thought. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attach my Santa, and I'm thinking that I want him to sit like right there. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to find a good secure place in these wires. I probably am going to have to take him down for a minute. And I am going to add him right in here. And after I get through getting the bottom done, I will show you what I did on the back. One thing about flocked wreaths, it does get a little messy. I have a flocked tree, and I always look like I've been through it. Okay, so he's on there pretty secure. So here's what it looks in the back. I've taken my pipe cleaner and twisted it around a wire and did it pretty secure, and the same here, and then I will cut those off when it's all said and done before I ship it or someone purchases it, or I use it for myself. Who knows? I don't ever know what I'm going to use. Okay, so there's Santa, and I'm going to make sure that I can get to, yes, you can get to his box to turn his light on. So that was the other factor we needed to make sure on. And so now we've got everything's situated there. That's looking really nice. Okay, so I think what the next thing that I will do is I'm going to make the bow. And then that way I can then put, all I'm gonna do is add some really neat, they look like snowy berries. I told you I'm having trouble talking today. Maybe I should just make it and not talk. That'd probably be better. But anyway, you can probably see that up against my shirt. So that's what we're going to add to kind of, I just think he looks really, really nice. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, this is a ribbon from Trendy Tree, and if you go out on their website, you can order it with RG01683XX if you like this ribbon. And this ribbon, I love this ribbon. Sparkly. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. It is from Nick's Decor. He has a warehouse also. And this number for this ribbon is RGA 191724. And then this ribbon, I'm thinking it's from Craft Outlet online. And its number is RGF as in Frank 7817E9. So if you are interested in any of those ribbons, and like I said, if you need the links, the Walmart links for him, or the base, or the Amazon link to the regular pine, whatever that is, it's called. I got the bag here. It's called Artificial Home Garden Decor. Has a really weird name. It's 30 pieces, but I can always send you the link. Okay, so this is 2.5 inch ribbon. So I typically start off with that. And then I will add, and this isn't every time, but then usually I do a 2.5 inch or the larger, thicker ribbon on the back, and then I go down to the 1.5. And then if I'm going to use this is like it's a 7/8 ribbon, and this is a 1.5 width. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to figure out how long I'm going to want my tails. Sometimes I don't even know how long I want my tails, so I just play with it. And so then I will gather it right here with my left hand is my non-dominant hand. And then I'm going to lift up and make a loop. And I think my loop is going to be about 5 inches, or do I want 6? 6-inch loop. It's usually if I'm doing a bigger wreath, I do that. So then I gathered it in that same spot. And then I'm going to twist it. And I'm going to loop it back up underneath and gather it again. And then I'm going to make sure that my loops are even, and they are. And then you will start twisting again. You will twist to where the front of the ribbon is facing you, and you will do the same as the other one and pinch. And then I will do the same thing. I'm going to twist it to where the good side is facing me and pinch again. And I kind of wanted this to be a wow ribbon, so why you see that so big. Okay, so then cut this off. And I will now do my 1.5. So I'm pinching it, got my tail, pinching it. Oh, I need to get this on the thing, it's getting twisted. And then I probably will make these just a little bit smaller than that one. Still too much. There we go. And you can always make your bows with the bow maker when you're first starting out. It's probably best if you do. Sometimes I need to because it just isn't working for me. Okay. I'll have to get these. That's the neat thing about wired ribbon. You can get it where you want it. Okay, so now I'm going to do the 7/8. And I think I'm just going to do a little. Just a little one. Like that. And that's it. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do, instead of sitting here messing with it too much, I'm going to get me a zip tie and a pipe cleaner, and I'm going to add the pipe cleaner to the back of my hand, and I'm going to get the zip tie and put it around everything, and that way I have the pipe cleaner to hook it to the wreath with. Do that real tight. And now I'm going to add this. I've kind of messed up my... Actually, I think that one's supposed to be over here, but it's not cooperating. Okay, there we go. All right, so I don't know. Let's see. Am I going to put it right next to him. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put him right there. So I find a spot in here that I can latch onto. About that little. I'm going to put, I took that out, I'm going to put him back in. He wasn't as stable as I want him to be. Okay, there we go. And to fluff your bow, your loops, I always take my 2 fingers to open them up to make them come alive. Now you can make a decision. If you've been following me for very long, you've seen a lot of my wreaths that have these ribbons curled, and that's just your choice whether you curl them or not. I'm going to put this back in here. I may end up zip tying him in. Let's see, maybe I can get a... Okay. So there's the ribbon. Let me bring him up here so you can see him as he is. I don't think the lighting in here is as good as I wish it was. Anyway, that's looking really cute. So now I'm going to add some berries. And these are the berries I'm going to add. So I'm going to just do another dry run. Put these in. I like to leave them long if I can, but if I need to cut them off, I'll put some in here. Actually, there we go. These come in a big long, these are Hobby Lobby. They come in a big long thing. another one up in here somewhere. Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I think that's good for right now. So I may do some extra little things to it. It's already been 37 minutes, and I'm trying to make these a faster thing. I may add some more, a little bit of more greenery. The last video that I did on the Jesus is the reason for the season, I found another piece of the white flock that I was putting in that wreath, and I found another piece. So if you watched the video and I had kind of ran out and was going with it, but then I found a piece afterwards, so I added it. So that's what made it look more full. So anyway, it's just playing around with. I really don't feel like y'all can see how pretty this is going to be. I know Santa looks kind of like he's looking sideways in this video, but he's tilted a little bit, but he looks good. So I will finish this, and you kind of get the idea. And then I'll glue those berries in, and then I'll take a picture out on my front door and I'll post a picture. So hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, give them down below. Don't forget to join my YouTube page. You'll see links to these. I would love for you to follow me on YouTube. And I think that's it. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.